welcome back. It's Birgitte and I am here to show you my completed pages. And I said in last video that I'm gonna show you from 2019 to 2020. But I figured that there's so many pages that I need to do 1 year at a time. So in this video I will show you the 2019 pages. So let's get started. So let's start with the I Love Coloring book. And I did a lot in 2019 in this book. So let's just get straight to it. And this is the first one, done with the color grid pencils, I believe. So I was bringing this at work and was coloring here and there when there was not much to do at work. So then we have this one with the same pencils. Let me see, I need to do this in order so I know what I've shown and not. See, and there is this one done with polychromos. This one done with color grid pencils. Then we have this one with a no brand pencil. This one with the same pencil. One. And these two. This one. And the last one in 2019 is this one. Really happy with this one. Really cheap pencils with no name done with this, and then I have used some white gel pen on the flowers. So that was I Love Coloring. Then we have Daydreams by Hannah Carlson, and I have done 2 in here in 2019. That is this one with a limited color palette done with polychromos. And then we have this one. This is one of my favorite pages that I've done. I used polychromos, and then I used some Mungo pastels in the background, white gel pen for highlights, The colors are not showing that well, because this is like pink and purple. See if I change the light maybe. No, doesn't show too much on camera. So that was Daydreams. Then we have two from Animal Kingdom by Millie Marata. And that is this one. I was doing a monochrome coloring where I only used blues. And I put it on Instagram, and Millie actually liked this photo. It was a little bit starstruck there. And then we have this one, done with polychromos. I went from yellow to red on the spectrum. So this one. Then we have Ivy and Ink Butterfly that I'm doing in order. So in 2019 I started these ones and finished them. So I used polychromos and some white gel pen for details. I'm not really happy with this spread. I mean, they're nice by themselves, but I don't like them together. I should have had the same color scheme on both of them. I really like this one though. And then there's this one, also done with polychromos and white gel pen. And then I also did the butterfly only because I needed to plan out the colors, because I want the colors to match throughout the whole book. Same with Ivy. Want her to have the same colors throughout the book as well. Don't like the background here. I might cover it with just more of the blue maybe. I don't like the dots. It is done with ink tans. And the butterfly is in polychromos and some gold gel pen, I believe. That was Ivy and Ink Butterfly. Then we have Beauty of Horror by Alan Robert, and I did the last page in this book. And that is this one. This was a forever whip, but I finished it in 2019 using polychromos and pastels in the background, I believe. It might be polychromos in the background, and then I used maybe some baby oil to smooth it out. And then I used some white Posca to make stars in the background. Next up is Sargon och Sagnar by Emilie Lidehäll Öberg. And I did this one. This was a Inktober prompt. I believe it was fragile. And I thought she looked a bit fragile, so I colored this one in polychromos with a lot of blues and purples. I use purple as shadow. I think that looks pretty good with the purple shadows. How shadows work in real life: if you have yellow light, the shadows will end up purple because it's on the opposite side of the color wheel. If you have a blue light, for example, you will end up with a orange-ish. It will be orange brownish shadows. So that's that one. And then we have this one, was also a Inktober prompt. Might have been dragon, don't know, but it's done with polychromos and some black acrylic paint in the background and white Posca as details. This was also a Inktober prompt. Don't remember the prompt, but it was colored with Inktense and some, I think it's luminance used in these dots. No, I don't remember. But anyways, this is white Posca, and there are some pencil here I can see, and this is black acrylic paint. I really like this page. That was Sargon och Sagnar. Then I have this children's book that I found on the local store, super cute, and in 2019 I did this one, done with polychromos. The creatures in this book are super cute. I believe the illustrator is Daniela Massironi. Then I have a few in Magical City, and this is being done in order. I haven't done the info pages yet, but start with this one. Everything here is done with Inktense and some white gel pen or Posca on highlights, outlines and stars. So this was a double page spread. Then we have these two. I'm always looking up the places, because it's written what the place is. This is Camden, so I'm googling Camden and then I find pictures and follow what the places look like in color from real life. Here I wrote Baker Street, so there was nothing in here. And then we have these two. That was Magical City. Then we have the Witcher coloring book, and I have done this one. I'm trying to be as true as possible to the characters from the video game. So I use polychromos here. Then we have some World of Flowers by Joanna Busford. And starting off with the nameplate page. This was done with the Derwent Color Soft pencils, and these were the only colors that I had at the time. So I just used them all. Then we have this one, which is done with polychromos, and I drew in the background using a ruler. Make like stone bricks. I don't know. Usually people have this in their front yard. And the last one is this one, where I drew in everything in the background. The only thing on this page was the car with flowers on it, and then I drew in this building and a flower shop that I called World of Flowers. How original! And then I drew in this stone and door and windows. I tried to do some windows that you can't really see through the window in daytime, but you can see like everything that is close to the window, and there are some few reflections and stuff, but I don't know if I did it right. I need to practice windows reflections and stuff in daylight. That was World of Flowers. Then we have one in Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And I did the nameplate page. The background is black acrylic paint, and then I used polychromos. And inside the bottles, I have used fine liners and some white gel pen to make it look like glitter. Don't really show up too much on camera. And then I use some white Posca around the gems and the stars here. So that is this one. Then we got Jewelry Box by Hannah Carlson, and I've done the nameplate page with polychromos and some white gel pen. I was doing research on peacocks and I figured that under their wings they are orange, and I didn't know that. So that was fun. And then we have this one. This was also a Inktober prompt and it was ring. I used polychromos and polychromos here and Prismacolors in the background and some white Posca. Then we have Magical Jungle by Joanna Basford. And I did the nameplate page using polychromos and white gel pen and fine liners. I use fine liners to make dots. Then we have one more. This one, also done with polychromos and white gel pen. I tried to make like a background where the plants are fading away, and I made some droplets on flowers and leaves. That was Magical Jungle. Then I have Peter Pan by Fabiana Atanasio, and I have done one page in this one. There's this one. I'm really happy with this one. I have used Neocolor 2s, polychromos, white Posca, and I believe that is it. I really like the reflections in the water, and that was Peter Pan. Then we have Romantic Country by Erie. This is the first tale, and I have done this Christmas page using polychromos, and I believe I used a white luminance pencil for the circles in the background. I have used some white Posca and also stickles You can see that shine. Then I have done this one with servant inktanks. And some white Posca. That was the first tail. Then I have the second tail, and I got one in here. The pink ones are Bibs. And that is this one. Made on 21st of September. I was trying to make it or finish it on the 20th, but I didn't manage. I think it was like 30 minutes after midnight I finished it or something. So yeah, but anyways, it's fun. This was made with polychromos. I used some baby oil to smooth out the background and some white Posca on the stars. And in here, and on here and on the pants. That was the second tail. Then I have Soulmates by Hannah Carlson, and I have done one page in here. And that is this one. This was during a Victorian color along. I believe it was coloring with the Vicky who had this. I will link her channel down below. I use polychromos and white gel pen. Then I have one in Doodle Invasion by Kirby Rosance, and this was an Inktober prompt. I believe it was fishing or bait. Maybe it was bait. I don't know. And I have used Winsor & Newton Pro markers. They are alcohol-based markers, and then I've used some purple in shading and some white Posca. And I can see that the white has become pink because of the alcohol in the background or underneath. So that was this one. Almost there. Then we got Fairy Tales by Emilia Lidehall Öberg. I've done this one. This was one of the first ones that I did in 2019, because it was 3rd of January. I've used polychromos, pastels in the background, and some white Posca for details. And we have this one which was also a Inktober prompt. I think it was frost or cold or something. And I tried to make the leaves frost, like, you know, the first frost you see when it's getting cold. I was using Prismacolors and white gel pen. I really like this page. And I used purple as shadows here as well, purple and blue. That was Fairy Tales. Then we have one in Geomorphia. This was also a Inktober prompt. It was Husky, and I figured out I don't have any books with the dog Husky in it. So I googled a little bit and I figured out Husky also means strong, big, bulky. So I chose this one, and it's done with pro markers. But this book is single-sided, so it's okay. So it did bleed through a lot, as long as you have some paper in between. It should be fine. And then I used some polychromos to shade everything with purple, and I used white to highlight, and some white Posca. And that is basically it. I really like the clouds. That was Geomorphia. Then I have Mandalas, translating wild animals, bought locally. And this was Inktober as well. The prompt was swing, I think. And I used some Lyra Aqua Brush Duo markers. And then I went over it with polychromos. You see the colors better over here. Then I have this book from Claire Scully. It's called Villmark in Norwegian. The original title is Nordic Wilderness. Probably called Wilderness in English. But I have done one page in here, and that is this one. So this was also a Inktober, don't remember the prompt, but I used polychromos, so I used only 3 colors. It's purple, blue, and green. So I used purple in the shadows, blue in the shadows, and green to highlight from the Northern Lights. It's really hard to tell because it's really light, but there's also shadows in here. This snow is not completely white. Then I got Magical Christmas by Lizzie Mary Collin. And I colored this one using Inktense as usual and white Posca to line out the black lines, and I also used some gold paint. You can see that there. And then we have this double spread. This was a super old whip. Starting off with the color grip pencils because they are water soluble, so I had colored all of this without activating with water, so I finished that up in 2019. Started in 2015, it says here. Oh, a really old whip. And then I finished it with, I went over it with Inktense, I think, and then some white Posca for highlights, gold on this one too. Let's see, there's you can see that on all the circles. And then I also used some fine liner to make sand here as well. And then we have this one, also an old whip that I finished with Inktense and white Posca. And there's a Santa. In the front of this book there are Santas to find. And I believe that it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. So that was Magical Christmas. Then we have I Love Coloring Baking, or I Love Baking Coloring. This one done with some no-name brand pencils. And then we have this PDF. This is Passionista Colorista's Magical Advent Calendar, where she contacted a bunch of different artists to put up this calendar. Let me see. So there's a lot of different artists. I believe I used only polychromos and white Posca on all of them. And some of them I've used pro markers. There are some bonus pages as well. That was the advent calendar. I will link that down below. Then we got the last book of this video, and that is Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. And that is this one in 2019. This was from the previous video. And here I have used Polychromos and glitter gel pens. So you can see all that glitter. It's better from here. I mean, everything is shining up. It's better from this side. And then we have this one. So here I drew in everything. These were only outlined like this, and then I drew in everything inside of the flowers and colored it with Polychromos. I also believe the leaves also were empty. So yeah, that was everything from 2019. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Make sure to like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. And I will see you next on the 2020 pages. Bye!